Hey guys, welcome back to Fiddle Fern. I'm about to go out and do some chores, so I thought I'd take you with me to introduce you to some new critters on the farm. The last video I was showing you how we were getting things set up for some new friends around the farm, and we got everything fixed up, so I'm going to drive you out there and introduce you to some new friends. Okay, so the last time I showed you guys around, we only had the, oh buddy, wet hair and a side by side for your hair doesn't do well. The last time I had you guys out here, we had only done this part of the barn, and that was just the chicken coop. We have done a whole lot more since then. I've been dealing with some health issues, and it's kind of just taking me out a little bit. Hey, pipe down. Okay. But hopefully this isn't too far off from where we left off. I feel like we've done a lot since that last video, so I'm going to show you around. So since the last video, we've added our hay loft, which we've figured out that we can fit about 20 bales, square bales up there, and then we have extra wood chips and stuff. We decided to do a thick layer of, what are those things called? Pine shavings down in our chicken coop instead of the sand. We together, me and Jared, decided that using this to start a couple piles of, my brain is not braining today, a couple piles of compost, and then we can take this and use it as our brown layer, and it also has a chicken poop in it, which will be good later for that. So, and then after we got done doing that, we are putting all the feed in these galvanized cans, which we found really works well for us. We keep them up off the ground so they don't get wet. Say hello. Hello, everyone. They want some feed. But we've added in the, I hear Jared pulling up. That's why I stopped. We've added in the birthing stalls that Jared put together, and I think he just did like an outstanding job. So thanks, babe. And then these critters here like to jump the fence, and then they get trapped. What are you doing, ma'am? Think you've laid an egg in there? Just looked like a good spot for you, huh? So this allows us to bring in a mom, one of our goats, if we need to. You have to watch out behind you because, yep, I see eggs there. They've been laying them up in the hay loft, which has been fun. So when we go up there, there's usually a chicken up there at the top trying to lay some eggs. So after we got done with inside the barn, we started our courtyard area, and the last video, we were working on this fence line right here, and now we finally got everything up, and it looks really good. So it's enclosed around it, so We've got fence panels that go around the front and the sides, and it closes. We can open it up if we want to, if we want to bring in a couple of the girls, if we're doing hoof trimming or anything like that. We can bring them into the courtyard. We can shut that gate and just let them hang out. So now I'm going to introduce you to the newest friends we have. We currently have 2 fainting goats, which is what Jake wanted, and he wants to breed those. I think he just likes the fact that they faint when they get scared. But we have 2 of those. We have 2 boys that we got from some friends of ours, and they are probably just the sweetest goats I've ever had. But they're really stinky right now because the girls that we have, half of them are in heat, and or they're cycling. So I'm going to introduce you to our newest friends. So this, oh, where'd you go, man? This, you're going to have to just give me a minute while I figure out. Where are you? This is Haggard. Our friends named them after the 2 fainting goats that we have. Our friends named them after, you're too close. How do I back up? There you are. Named them after country singers. So this is Merle Haggard. I assume that's what they did. So if they didn't, sorry, Jerry and Barbara. And this is Kix, and he's super tiny, and he's just the funniest thing. But he's named after Kix Brooks, I believe. Yeah, you're stinky. Don't you rub your face on me. This is some of the ones, the goat that I wanted were Nubians, and this is our little fella. He's not going to be doing any breeding for about a year. We wanted a young one so we could kind of get to know him and he would know us, since I would be working with him pretty closely. The friends that we got Kix and Haggard from, they were out there with them every day. They were really personable with them, so they're sweet. They'll let you pet them. Haggard just wants to be loved on all the time, and he will definitely love on you. Don't you stand in that. This is, I squirreled. This is Hercules, and he is going to be our breeder for our Nubian goats. Hi, buddy. Hello. I'm not going to touch you because I have to go to church later. Yes, friend. We're trying to figure out what's going on with his mouth there. We were on a goat page, and we think that maybe there's some thistles in the field that we have them in, so we're going to go out and walk the field. And these are the girls. So 5 of them we got from a guy in Waynesboro, I believe, South Carolina, and he shows goats. One of them, he was retiring. She was a grand champion. I think it was Darlin. She's over here by the fence. And so this, oh, they're excited. This is Candy. I'll go ahead and tell you. She loves to be the one with the horns. Everybody is spotted except for the 2, this one, which we were told is a boar, but we're not sure 100%. These 3 I got from a lady that I just found. It was like a little misfit group, but she wanted everybody to go together because they're pretty bonded. They don't want to go anywhere without each other. This is Athena, and she's one of the ones that I got from the lady down the road from us. She was disbudded, but it looks like the people that did it didn't do a great job of it. So we're trying to keep an eye on that in case we need to have that looked at by a vet. Some of them are in heat, and they are extremely just not friendly with each other. This is Hecate, and she's really sweet too, except for when she's ready to go party with the boys, and then she wants to fight everybody. This is Daisy. So we bred Daisy. The group that we got them with came with a La Mancha buck, and we gave him to a friend of mine. So he's got a good home, but right now we're just doing the Nubians and what are those called? Fainting goats. I'm losing it. Hello. You just want attention. Yes. These are probably the most loving goats that I've ever had. We had pygmies when we lived over there on the other property, and they were not nearly as just loving as these goats are. I have never had any goats that just want to be petted and want to be loved on. So that's a plus, because we sure do love to love on them. And the rest of them are the ones that we got from the guy in Waynesboro. So this is Darlin. This is my brains. If I don't name them, it takes me forever. These two, I get mixed up. This one and this one, I get mixed up all the time because they kind of look a little similar, but I still have their tags on. So Dandy, like Yankee Doodle Dandy, and Mayhem. And then Candy is the one in the back, and then Sophie is the white one. And Daisy is bred that we think right now, and then Candy, Mayhem, and Dandy are at the moment. Jared came home, and I had to help him move a building, and I kind of scrolled off there and forgot that I was making a video. So just a little bit later, we're building sheds for the goats, and he's gonna start on it tonight, and then tomorrow hopefully we can get out here with him and kind of show you guys what kind of sheds we're building for the goats, and if he doesn't mind being recorded, we'll see how that goes. So I'm down here at the rabbits. I came to check on everybody before it got too dark, since it gets dark at 5:30 in the day. I hit the stop record button. Anyway, we have the rabbits. We kind of just put them in like the most shaded spot when we first moved out here, because we had to move so fast, and it kind of just ended up being like the perfect spot for them. I'm not used to this camera, so I'm trying to remember to look at this, and it's not working. My brain's not wanting to look at the lens. But anyway, it just ended up being a really good spot for them, and it's shaded. We're right here at the woods. I was kind of worried about predators at first, but we're kind of just going with the flow at the moment. So I'm going to show you how we have them set up. So right now we brought the sheds that we have for them from the other house. We just took them apart and then set them back up over here. So we have these two. Jethro has been a pretty good buck for us. He does his job, but he's getting a little bit older. Bonnie is older, and she no longer will have kits. We've tried to breed her a couple of times, and she hasn't had any kits the last 2 times that we bred her. Then we have Gertie, and it's almost her turn to go on the breeding cycle. This is Pumpkin. We've had her for a good little while, but she has gotten really old. We were going to try to find her a home where where she could be somebody's pet. If not, we usually send them to freezer camp. This is, I've already forgotten your name, and I've had you for forever. This is Oliver. Oliver had a kindling, and she ended up not being a good mother. So we are probably going to send her to freezer camp as well, because she just isn't doing her job for us, and that's just how things go on the farm. She's really sweet. She was one that my son had picked out of a litter that we had, but she just did not take care of any of her kits, and she had 6. One was a stillbirth, I assume, either that or she stepped on it, and when I got out here, and it was just gone. And then the other 5 just day by day. It was like she just wasn't feeding them. So sometimes you have that, and they're just not good mothers, and you got to move on to the next ones. These are our breeding bucks. Let's see if I can get over here. This is Frodo and Sam. And they are, all of these on this side, except for Pumpkin. Pumpkin is, I can't remember what they told me she was. I want to say a silver fox, but I don't think that's it. Anyway, they're all silver fox chinchilla mixes. And Gertie is right now the only one that's really been producing for us as far as for our meat. And you can't really see this because of the wire, but there she is. That's Gertie. So next week I'll probably start trying to get her on the list to be expecting. Yesterday me and Jared walked the garden area. Jared ordered me a huge high tunnel, which I am very thankful for. It's a 24 by 60 high tunnel from Grower Solutions. So we're going to do a video on putting that together. So if you decide to buy one from them, I will say they were super helpful with customer service before our shipment. Quick to respond to emails if we had a question about anything. So I'm excited to get it put together and see what it looks like once we get it up. And so we will do a video on that. But we walked through and got an idea together. Me and him think very differently. So like I can draw it up, but I won't put it like to scale. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I don't draw it to scale. And he is really good at putting it on grid and drawing everything to scale before we actually do the work out in the garden. So let me turn you around. The high tunnel is going to be on the back end, and then I'm going to have like some rose bushes on one side. I want like a little rose garden, and then we're going to have a greenhouse for seed starting up above, which I could use the high tunnel, but I kind of want to just use that mainly for growing food throughout the year and doing like some citrus trees and stuff that you can't normally grow because we do most of the time get a winter, unless it was last year and then we didn't. But from the gate all the way down to the back, this whole side is going to be our garden. Where this T-post is, there's going to be a gate going in, so we'll have a gate up at the front and a gate over to the side. So like I wanted more of like a whimsical gate that I could go into. And then I'm right across from the rabbits, so if I wanted to use the compost from them, I can just come over here, fill up the side by side, and bring it over to the garden, which will be pretty nice. But yeah, so that's what we got so far. And you can see like our whole we got everything fenced in and ready to go. But so far we've just added some new animals and we're pretty excited. We're talking about doing a meat cow, but we haven't completely made up our mind on that yet. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll come out here and see if we can help Jared get the other shelter put up. I feel like when I keep going from here to here, I'm crossing my eyes. So if my eyes are crossing, don't make fun of me. But anyway, we'll come out here and see if we can help Jared out tomorrow as long as I can. But we're about to head to church. So I will catch you guys on the next one tomorrow. See ya.